Please stand. Dominus vobiscum. Lectio Sancti Evangelii secundum Lucam. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the costs to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlooker should laugh at him and say, 'This one began to build but did not have the resources to finish.' Or what king, marching into battle, would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king, advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all of his possessions cannot be my disciple." Verbum Domini. Today this Gospel is taken from this Sunday's readings from Luke's Gospel, and we're told today that great crowds were traveling with Jesus. And this doesn't automatically mean that they're disciples, right? Because he gives further requirements. So it's not just hanging around with Jesus, not just hanging around in church, so to speak, but Jesus wants something more. He says, "If anyone comes to me," right, without leaving all else behind, wife, children, brothers, sisters, even his own life, if you come to him, you must take up your cross and hate even your own self, renouncing all your possessions. I was thinking about it. If I was going to call forth an elite group from some big crowd, if I had some great work to be done, the way the world would do it would be you'd want people from solid families, maybe wealthy families that are connected, right, with them, that would help the cause, that had resources. Or that you would take people that were healthy, no sicknesses or sufferings or burdens, no crosses in their lives. They were free, available, able-bodied. Renouncing all possessions? No, we would choose the wealthy, those who had resources and who were resourceful, that could do things according to this world's standards. But Jesus isn't looking for all that stuff in his disciples. The difference is that he wants you, right? He doesn't need the great things of this world for his kingdom. He wants you. He wants you to belong to him, to be dedicated to him, and to follow him above everything else, above family and friends, and not to be distracted by the burdens of this life, the sufferings, the difficulties, the crosses that we have, but to accept them and keep our eyes on Jesus, following him, and not to be deterred. To make him the one thing necessary above everything else in our lives. We're called today in this passage to let Jesus be our all, the one thing necessary, that we can run after so many other things and try to arrange them so that they may sustain us or fulfill us, that they become our security, but he's the one thing necessary. And we're called in faith to let him satisfy our needs And we're called in faith to try Him first before running after the things of this world, to put Him front and center. To be a disciple of His means that He has primacy in our lives and in our hearts. And He's calling us to make a choice, a decision, to cut loose whatever it is that's taking us away from Him, that's holding us back, and to follow Him and truly be His disciple.